Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Spuds TV for the second game of this 5-game stand out here at Wolf Field in beautiful Caldwell, Idaho. I'm Nick Gruber, the voice of the Spuds, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Spuds came out ready last night in their 10-4 victory. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 5 more in the fifth, and 2 more in the sixth. The team combined for 15 hits, with Tyler Stone and Gabe Garrett leading the way with 3 hits each. Spuds now sit at 17-18 on the season and are continuing to fight to secure a playoff spot here in the second half of the season. It was also the first victory for the Spuds against the Pioneers this season in 4 matchups thus far. So now sitting at 1-3 against the Pioneers, they look to get their second win of the series and the second win against them this year. We'll have the starting lineups just after the national anthem. So tonight, the Spuds look to win back-to-back games, and the Pioneers hope to even the series. Let's take a peek at those starting lineups. For the Pioneers, leading things off, number 16, Ryan Callahan, the right fielder. Following him, Shane Jameson, the first baseman, wearing number 19. Batting third, number 23, Alex Zerfus, the designated hitter for the Pioneers tonight. Batting cleanup, number 11, Declan Weisner, the catcher. Following him, Jackson Wall, the second baseman, wearing number 8. Then comes P.K. Walsh, the left fielder, wearing number 5. Batting 7th, Antonio Nanez, the shortstop, wearing number 2. Batting 8th, Stevie Hom, the third baseman, wearing 3. And rounding things up for the Pioneers tonight is Jason Luke, the center fielder, wearing number 1. Now for your home team, Canyon County Spuds. Leading things off tonight will be number 8, Riker Billingsley, the second baseman. Following him, number 13, Lucas Danielewicz, the right fielder. Batting third, Owen Bischoff, wearing number 1, playing center field tonight. Batting cleanup once again, Tyler Stone, the designated hitter, number 34. Following Stone is Chase Burke, the left fielder, number 3. Then comes Tyler Miller, the catcher, number 28. Then number 15, Gabe Garrett, the third baseman. Batting eighth, Cole Wilson, the first baseman, wearing number 30. And rounding things off is Zach Schwartzberg, the shortstop, wearing number 2 tonight for the Spuds. On the mound, Jason Hibbard out of Oregon State. He gets the start tonight. He'll be facing Ryan Callahan. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch at 7:03 local time, and we are officially underway with a 1-0 count. So Hibbard to Callahan is the first matchup we see here tonight. Callahan was not in the lineup last night, leading things off for the Pioneers here today. Callahan out of the University of Kansas. A few players in the Pioneers lineup playing out of Kansas. That one swung on by Callahan into right field. Fielded there by the shortstop. The second baseman, Riker Billingsley, and can't flip it to the pitcher running his way to first base. So it'll be a base hit to start things off here for Ryan Callahan and the Pioneers. He'll stand on first base now, and it'll bring up Shane Jameson batting second in the lineup tonight for the Pioneers. So Shane Jameson, the first baseman for the Pioneers, another new face in this series out at Seattle University. A fresh count. Hibbard facing his second batter. First pitch, that one will find the strike zone. Start with an 0-1 count to Jameson.
Yeah, that was my bad. That's my bad.
He shouldn't get the win, but I guess he's 1-0. 3 innings, 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts against Badlands.
So an 0 count to Jameson. It'll be a pickoff attempt there. Hibbard to Callahan standing at first.
Jameson playing first tonight. Good buddy of Jason Luke and Mikey Callias.
So still the So the count now moves to 0-2 after Jameson fouls that one off. So the count now is 0 balls and 2 strikes. Another pickoff attempt there from Hibbard. No threat there really to tag out Callahan at first. So that one swung on, fielded to second baseman, flipped to second. Will the Spuds be able to turn 2? They can't. So the second baseman, Billingsley, fielder's choice, flips it to Schwartzberg, tag out Callahan at second. So Jameson will now stand at first. And it'll be 1 out now here in the top of the first inning. So following the fielder's choice there, it'll bring up Alex Zerfis, the designated hitter for the Pioneers tonight. Zerfis played last night, batting in the cleanup spot, moves 1 spot up tonight. Now batting third, that first pitch in there for a strike. So Hibbard, this is his second game appearance here for the Spuds. Joined the team just a week and a half ago, I want to say, maybe a couple of weeks by now, but came in on a pitch limit. 3 innings pitched, had a 3.0 ERA. So a second game here in a Spuds uniform out of Oregon State University. Here comes the 0-1, the 1-1. And that'll drop in there for strike number 2. So count moves to 1-2. It's Shane Jameson standing at first. It's Hibbard looking at Zerfis now in the box. Zerfis out of Gonzaga University. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and fouled back. Count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Zerfis. Zerfis on the season batting .314 in his 29 game appearances, has 32 hits on his stat sheet. A 1-2 count now, swung on towards right field. That's right fielder Danielwick's coming up. That'll drop fair, just barely catches the line. It'll be another base hit here in the first inning. He'll make his way to first and advances Jamison to third. So runners now at the corners. It's Jamison standing just 90 feet from opening things up here with a run in the first and taking a lead. So now batting cleanup tonight is Declan Wisner. Wasn't in the lineup last night. It's quite a few new names here in this series. Wisner out of Walters State, so he's going to be looking at Hibbard now. Another pickoff attempt there, this time to Zerfis, who slides back in safely. Wisner hitting .370 on the year in his 13-game appearances, 54 at-bats, 20 hits. He's got a home run on his stat with 8 RBIs, so the runner on third, he looks to increase that number. First pitch his way, drops low for a ball. So count will start at 1-0 to Wisner.
Wisner 9 for 20 during this 5-game hitting streak. 20 for 54 on the year overall, 2 extra base hits. And the 1-0.
Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on towards deep left center field. A great sliding grab there from Owen Bischoff. So Shane Jamison tags up there. We'll make it home, and the Pioneers will jump out to a 1-0 lead. So Pioneers strike first. Now the second out of the inning. It's an RBI for Wisner. As he bats home Jamison. So Zerfis still stands at first. Was held up after the sliding grab there from Owen Bischoff. It was a good play there from Bischoff. Could have been a little bit of a sticky situation if he wasn't able to get underneath that one. He slid down there on one knee and made a good grab for the second out. So a fresh count now to Jackson Wall. Brings in a check swing. He went. It'll be strike number 1. So Jackson Wall out of Grand Canyon University plays second base here for the Pioneers tonight. Another new name in their lineup. The 0-1 pitch also finds the strike zone. Start with 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner stands at first after the Pioneers quickly pick up 1 run. That pitch drops low, blocked well there from catcher Tyler Miller. It's in a different Tyler tonight behind the plate for the Spuds. So a 1-2 count now. Catcher Tyler Miller out of Bellevue Community College. He'll be working with pitcher Jason Hibbard. That pitch finds the strike zone, and Hibbard will pick up his first strikeout of the night here in the first inning. Pioneers able to score 1 run, jump out to the 1-0 lead. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Spuds to look to get one back and maybe take the lead. We'll take a short break here on Spuds TV and be right back with the action.
Don't you
So it's Dylan Hazlitt on the mound here tonight for the Pioneers. Getting the start, he's out of Oakland University. First batter he'll be looking at is Riker Billingsley, leading things off here. Billingsley, the second baseman, played last night. Billingsley hit out of that 6th spot tonight, leading things off. First pitch fouled back for strike 1. So Hazlitt in his 3rd game here tonight. Coming into this, only 2.2 innings pitched and a 10.12 ERA. So looking to pitch a little bit better than he has in the past. Start with the 0-1 count. Billingsley swings on that one. Dribbles on the first. That first pitch wasn't actually foul tipped. It was in there low for a ball. So count will be even at 1-1 to Riker Billingsley. Billingsley last night, good, decent day for him. 2 for 3 with 1 RBI and 2 runs. So looks to keep his bat going here tonight. That pitch just misses outside. Count now 2-1. So this is game 2 of this 5-game series here in Caldwell. Last night, obviously, Spuds a 10-4 victory, pretty dominant all the way through. That pitch in the dirt low. It'll be ball number 3, a 3-1 now. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter for the Spuds offense, Riker Billingsley. 3-1 stays high, so it'll be a 5-pitch walk. Lead things off here for the Spuds. So Billingsley now stands at first base. Here comes Lucas Danielwicks. Danielwicks batting in the same spot last night. Last night, 1 hit on his 5 at-bats. Was able to score a run. Danielwicks on the season, 296, so just shy of that 300 number. Breaking ball stays high there from Hazlitt. Start a 1-0 count. One ball and no strikes. Hazlitt to Danielwicks. Here comes the second pitch of the at-bat. Swung on towards center field. This is center fielder Jason Luke just moving to his right, making the easy grab for out number 1. So Billingsley held up there at first. So fresh count now. Here comes Owen Bischoff, the center fielder, playing his ball at Western Oregon University this coming summer. Played at Yakima last year, transferring to Western Oregon. Where's number 1 for the Spuds last night? 1 hit in his 3 at-bats, 2 runs, was walked once on balls and struck out once. Bischoff shows the bunt. Runner is sent and won't get there in time. A perfect throw there from catcher Wisner, and Billingsley caught stealing at second. So the bunt shown there from Bischoff might have just been a little bit of a distraction. Try to get Billingsley an opportunity to get there to second base, but it's really just a perfect textbook throw from Declan Wisner behind the plate for the Pioneers for out number 2. So an 0-1 count turns into an 0-2 count, and now 2 outs in the inning and no runners on. So 0 balls and 2 strikes. That one stays high. Move to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. One ball and 2 strikes to Bischoff. That one also stays in a similar spot, just upstairs. So the 0-2, now the 2-2. Hazlitt on the mound, wearing number 34. The Pioneers in those black uniforms once more, the black tops and the gray bottoms. Bischoff has a swing at that one. It'll be fouled up and out of play. Keep the count at 2-2. Hazlitt, the right-handed pitcher. Here comes the 2-2 once more. That one just misses inside. Pitcher and the whole infield started walking towards the dugout, thinking they had found a strikeout, but just misses inside, and now the count will move to full. So 3-2 the count now, nobody on and 2 outs to Bischoff. Bischoff swings on that one towards center. There's the shortstop making the grab, and the throw can't be made in time. So that was Antonio Nanez. Excuse me, that was the second baseman, not the shortstop. Antonio Nanez coming over to make the play, but can't get the throw to first in time. So it'll be a base hit for Owen Bischoff with 2 outs, and it'll bring up the DH batting cleanup, Mr. Stone. That's Tyler Stone, wearing number 34 out of Gonzaga in the transfer portal this year. So with 2 outs now, Hazlitt will have to deal to Stone. Stone watches that first pitch drop in there for strike number 1. A good-looking pitch there from Dylan Hazlitt on the mound. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses outside, even up at 1-1. So Stone last night killing it. 3 for 4, scored 1 run and 2 RBIs. So the one at bat that didn't go down for a hit went down as an RBI, sacrifice fly for Stone. So now the count 1-1. Time called there. Bischoff will take his leadoff at first. Here comes the pitch to Stone. That one misses high for ball number 2. So 2-1 now, Hazlitt to Stone. Stone 5 home runs on the year, leads the Spuds. The 2-1, Bischoff sent. That one swung on and drills the leg of pitcher Hazlitt, and Stone will be able to make it to first, and Bischoff rounds second and makes it to third. So it looks like pitcher Hazlitt looks to be all right. That one had to sting a little bit. Stone put some power behind that ball, bounces off the leg and then trickles right, but Stone able to outrun the throw from catcher Declan Wisner. So now with 2 outs, runners stand on the corner.
The catcher, number 28, Tyler Miller.
So now Tyler Miller enters the box for the Spuds. Swings on that first pitch. It's a high fly ball to center field. Jason Luke should be able to make the grab there, and he does. So 2 runners stranded on the bases for the Spuds. 1 runner in scoring position, not able to convert. So the Pioneers will hold on to that 1-0 lead. We'll move to the second inning, take a short break, and be right back with the action here on Spuds TV. It'll be PK Walsh for the Pioneers starting things off here in the top of the second inning. The Pioneers a 1-0 lead, scoring that one run in the first. First pitch in there from Hibbard. Fastball, strike number 1. PK Walsh was in the lineup last night for the Pioneers. Had no hits in his 4 at-bats. Second pitch there from Hibbard in there for strike number 2. So an 0-2 start to PK Walsh. Walsh out of the University of Kansas. Here comes the 0-2 from Hibbard. He'll swing on that one towards the third baseman. Garrett fields it cleanly, and the throw to first catches in time. Good looking throw there from third baseman Gabe Garrett. Flips it over to Cole Wilson on the first base bag for out number 1. So following PK Walsh, it's Antonio Nanez.
Number 2, Antonio Nanez.
Here comes the first pitch to Nanez. Watch that one stay low for ball number 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. The 1 out now here in the top of the second inning. Second pitch misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the third pitch of the at-bat with the 2-0 count. Misses inside for 3 balls and no strikes now. So hitter's count for Nanez, the shortstop, wearing number 2. The 3-0 pitch, that one finds the strike zone. Move the count to 3-1 now. Hibbard picked up 1 strikeout there in the first, but not before allowing that 1 run. It's a 1-0 ball game. That ball will miss outside, so it'll be a 5-pitch walk to Antonio Nanez. So with the runner on first now, Stevie Hom will come out for the Pioneers. Hom last night struck out twice at an Olone Junior College. So now with a runner on and 1 out, here comes the first pitch, Hibbard to Hom. That one misses inside 1-0. So 1-0 count to Hom. Hom, the 8th in the lineup here for Pioneers tonight. That one's in the dirt, blocked well from catcher Miller. Will hold up Nanez at first. So now count moves to 2-0. 6 of the last 7 pitches, or 6 of the 7 pitches here in this inning have been balls from Hibbard. A pickoff attempt towards first. No tag attempt there made from Wilson. So Nanez safely in at first still. Nanez takes his leadoff once more. Shuffles out there. Here comes the 2-0 to Hom. He'll swing on that one and foul it right and out of play. 2-1 the count. Two balls and 1 strike. Hibbard to Hom. Both teams 2 hits so far through 1 full inning. That one swung on by Hom straight to the shortstop. Schwartzberg flips it to second and tosses it over to first for the double play. So the Spuds turn 2 there. Schwartzberg fields that one easily in left infield. Tosses it to Billingsley on second. Flips it over to Wilson at first to end the top of the second. So we'll move to the bottom now. It'll be Chase Burke getting things started for the Spuds, followed by Gabe Garrett, and then Cole Wilson. They look to get one back. We'll take a short break here on Spuds TV and be right back with the action. So a little bit of a lineup change for the Spuds. Our lineup card had Chase Burke hitting in that in that fifth spot, but now moved to the sixth spot. So Tyler Miller in the fifth, Chase Burke in the sixth. So Chase Burke lead things off here in the bottom of the second. That first pitch was in there for a strike. Second one misses high, even the count up at 1-1 now. Chase Burke out of Mesa Community College. Looking at pitcher Dylan Hazlitt. That one just misses high, ball 2. Last night, Burke 0 for 3, 1 strikeout. Looks to get things rolling here tonight on the season, 174 in his 46 at-bats. That pitch finds a strike zone, move the count to 2-2. So back and forth here, ball, strike, to Burke.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Spuds in their white pinstripe uniforms here tonight. The white pinstripe top and the white pinstripe bottoms. Black socks. Blue and purple numbers. That pitch misses high, so it'll be a full count. Hazlitt to Burke. Here comes the 3-2 on its way. That one swung on by Burke. High fly ball towards the right field line. That's the second baseman coming over to make the grab.
Racing from all the way over from second base, deep in the foul territory down the right field line to make that sliding.
So a great play there from
Florida Tech, the third baseman,
the second
number
baseman
15, Gabe Garrett.
Jackson Wall.
Been raving about the glove that he brings in the infield. Can play anywhere. Third, second, first. And his first pitch to Gabe Garrett.
So with 1 out, it's Gabe Garrett swinging on that one, and that will find the gap into left field. It'll be a base hit for Gabe Garrett.
From UC San Diego, the first baseman, number 30, Cole Wilson.
Off without third baseman Garrett. Runner on
So now Garrett makes his way to first, keeping that bat hot after last night. He was 3 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. So now it's Cole Wilson, the tall first baseman, with 1 out and a runner on. First pitch his way. That one will drop in there for strike number 1.
comes in the strike zone 0-1.
Big swing and a miss there from Cole Wilson. Now strike number 2.
First baseman Cole Wilson.
Wilson making his first appearance in this series. Just 10 games coming into this one. 31 at-bats, 6 hits for the first baseman. So an 0-2 count, Hazlitt to Wilson. Swung on towards the shortstop Nanez. Fields it, flips it to second. Well, the other throw to first not in time. So fielder's choice there. Wilson will now stand at first, and Garrett is out at second base.
Shortstop number 2, Zach Schwartzberg.
So now with 2 outs and Cole Wilson standing at first, it's the bottom of the lineup, Zachary Schwartzberg, the shortstop, in the batter's box. Here comes the first pitch his way. Big swing and a miss from Schwartzberg. 0-1 the count.
Schwartzberg in the 9-hole tonight. 1-0 Coyotes lead.
So an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the second inning. 7:33 local time. That pitch misses high. Even the count now 1-1. It's 91 degrees out here in Caldwell. A similar weather night to yesterday's game. Dry and hot. A little bit of a breeze though. Moving left to right. You can see the flag out in the outfield towards the scoreboard. Moving with some pace. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on by Schwartzberg, and that'll find the gap in center field. So it'll be a base hit there for Schwartzberg. It'll move the top of the lineup now with 2 outs. So Cole Wilson moves to scoring position, and Billingsley will be due up now for the Spuds. So Billingsley now looking to maybe bat in a run with the runner in scoring position. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. So an 0-1 Hazlitt to Billingsley with Schwartzberg at first and Cole Wilson standing at second. The 0-1, that one drops in there for strike number 2. Good looking pitch there from Dylan Hazlitt. So an 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Spuds actually now out hitting the Pioneers despite trailing this one by 1. Here comes the 0-2. Hazlitt looks at second and now delivers to Billingsley. That one swung on and fouled back and left out of play. Keep the count at 0-2. So 0 balls and 2 strikes still to Billingsley. Runners on first and second. Spuds trail this one by 1 run. Here comes the 0-2. Billingsley watched that one, misses high. 1-2. Riker last night 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. Was walked twice, so looks to keep his bat going. Swings on that one towards the first baseman. It's Jamison fielding that one and flipping it to pitcher Dylan Hazlitt for out number 3. So the Spuds once again leave 2 runners stranded and 1 in scoring position. The score will still remain at 1-0 Pioneers. We now move to the top of the third. Take a short break and be right back here on Spuds TV. So leading things off here in the top of the third will be the bottom of the lineup for the Pios, Jason Luke, looking at Hibbard on the mound. That first pitch, fastball, misses low and outside for ball number 1. Second pitch misses in a similar spot, low for ball number 2. So the count now 2-0 here in the top of the third. The 2-0, that one swung on by Luke straight to the shortstop Billingsley. Excuse me, I keep saying that improperly. That was Billingsley, the second baseman. Kind of fumbled that ball there at second, but able to pick it up in time for out number 1. So Luke grounds out to start things here in the top of the third inning. It's now back to the top of the lineup. It'll be Ryan Callahan. He started things off here today with a base hit, so 1 for 1. Here comes the first pitch his way. He'll swing on that one straight to the same spot. It's Billingsley. Fields that one cleanly this time and tosses it over to first again for the second out of the inning. So Billingsley getting his work cut out for him here in the third, fielding both of those and tossing them to first for both outs. So another ground out for the Pioneers. Now Shane Jameson, first baseman out of Seattle University, wearing number 19. The righty will step into the box. So with 2 outs, here comes the first pitch to Jameson. That one makes contact with that lead elbow, so he'll make his way to first base now. So Jameson hit by that pitch. It'll bring up Alex Zerfus now, the designated hitter. So Zerfus had a single to right field in the first. He'll step to the plate with Jameson standing at first and 2 outs here in the top of the third. Comes the first pitch, Hibbard to Zerfus. Big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Zerfus last night 0 for 2. Had an RBI, a couple of strikeouts. Batting tonight in that third spot in the lineup. The 0-1 now turns to the 0-2. A good pitch there from Hibbard. 2 strikes in a row in this at-bat. So here comes the 0-2. That one low, bounces off the dirt and forward from catcher Tyler Miller. It'll allow Jameson to make his way to second. Very interesting hop there. It looked like it kind of maybe bounced off Miller's foot or off the tip of his glove. Just bounced straight forward and left. And Jameson made it second safely. So count now at 1-2. Hibbard looking for a second strikeout. That one misses outside and low. Count now 2-2. The 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on towards the third baseman, Gabe Garrett. Fields it, but it is called foul ball. So count still stays at 2-2. Here, Hibbard to Zerfus. Hibbard gets the call from catcher Tyler Miller. Here comes the 2-2 once more. Swung on, it'll be strike number 3, and the tag at first is in time. So it'll be second strikeout there for Jason Hibbard, his second one of the day. Runner left on base at second is Shane Jameson after being hit by that pitch. The score will remain at 1-0. Pios. Spuds look to get one back here in the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break and be right back with the action. So it'll be 2-3-4 for the Spuds here in the bottom of the fourth. Excuse me, bottom of the third. Daniel Wicks leading things off. First pitch outside for ball number 1. Daniel Wicks plays his college ball at Mesa Community College, the right fielder. Comes the pitch from Hazlitt. That one misses inside this time. 2-0. Daniel Wicks 1 for 5 last night, 296 on the season. 2-1 swung on. That looks like it'll find the gap in right, and it does. It'll drop down for a base hit there for Lucas Daniel Wicks. Leads things off here in the third with a single, so stands on the first base bag now. And here comes the center fielder, Owen Bischoff. Bischoff, base hit today. Wears number 1 out of Western Oregon University. Batting in that third spot for the second night in a row. 1 for 3 last night. Steps into the box, and we'll look at Dylan Hazlitt on the mound for the second time here tonight. Runner is sent. Daniel Wicks, but that pitch swung on by Bischoff and fouled off, so Daniel Wicks will have to return back to first. Count 0-1. Bischoff takes a deep breath, steps back into the batter's box with the 0-1 count, and Daniel Wicks still standing at first. Here comes the 0-1. That one catches the strike zone. Now 0-2. Hazlitt takes a peek over at first to Daniel Wicks. Bischoff steps back into the box here. Another look there from Hazlitt to Daniel Wicks as Daniel Wicks takes his lead. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on by Bischoff there, fielded by the shortstop Nanez, tosses it to second, but the play for the double play definitely not in time there. So it'll be fielder's choice there for Pio infield. So now with 1 out, Bischoff will now stand at first, and Tyler Stone will come up to the plate. Stone had a base hit in the first inning. That one went straight at Hazlitt on the mound, bounced off his leg, and he was able to make it to first. So the first pitch his way just misses high and inside for ball number 1. So Stone, the designated hitter here tonight. 1 for 1 out of Gonzaga. Bischoff over there at first. Hazlitt will step off the mound, make sure Bischoff returns and keeps him honest there at first. Still the 1-0 count. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses outside. Back-to-back balls, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first. 3 balls in a row. Three balls and no strikes. Hazlitt to Stone. Bischoff takes his lead once more at first base. He'll be sent to second. Bischoff will slide in safely. So another good-looking throw there from catcher Weisner, but this time Bischoff showing off the speed. Slides in safely, moves to scoring position, standing at second base. Count now at 3 balls and 1 strike. As I seem to mention every game, Stone's been consistently the top hitter for the Spuds, batting .338, has 47 hits in his 139 at-bats. Here comes the 3-1, swung on towards right field. That'll find the gap. Here comes Bischoff rounding third. He'll make his way home, The throw will not be in time. It'll be an RBI for Tyler Stone as he's now 2 for 2. And Owen Bischoff will score to even up this ball game at 1-1.
Catcher number 28, Tyler Miller.
So now Tyler Miller will come in following that RBI single from Stone, batting home Owen Bischoff. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here comes the first pitch to Miller. That one catches the edge of the strike zone. 0-1. Miller out of Bellevue Community College, playing catcher here tonight. The 0-1 also finds the strike zone. Move it to 0-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes. No strikeouts for Hazlitt on the mound so far. Just been good fielding behind him. The 0-2, that one skips in the dirt. Blocked by catcher Weisner for ball number 1. One ball and 2 strikes. Spuds get that run back. Even 1-1 game. Now out hitting the Pioneers at 6-2. Here comes the 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 there from Dylan Hazlitt as Miller strikes out swinging. So now with 2 outs, it'll be Chase Burke making his way to the box with Tyler Miller still standing at first. Here comes the first pitch to Burke. Misses outside for ball number 1. And as I say every game, comes the first train out here in Wolf Field. Keep that counter alive. I believe the record this year was 5 trains in one night. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses in a similar spot. Blown outside. 2-0 the count to Chase Burke. Two balls, no strikes. Here comes pitch number 3, this at-bat from Hazlitt. Burke watches that one, misses low. Hitters count now, 3 balls, no strikes. Perfectly blue skies out here at Wolf Field. Temperatures in the 90s. Here comes the 3-0. That one, there you go, find the strike zone from Hazlitt. Count now at 3-1. Three balls, 1 strikes. Stone takes his lead at first. 3-1 swung on and fouled back. It'll move this count to full. So the 3-0 now moves to the 3-2 as Hazlitt makes his way back in this count. Spuds bat starting out pretty hot. 6 hits so far through almost 3 innings. Here comes the 3-2. Big swing and a miss. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Hazlitt. Second strikeout of his day on the mound for the Pioneers. It'll end the bottom of the 3rd. The Spuds nonetheless get 1 run back. We'll move to the 4th, even ball game 1-1. We'll take a short break and be right back with the action.
Don't
Declan Weisner set to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. RBI sacrifice fly for him today. Where's number 11 for the Pioneers? Here comes the first pitch, Hibbard to Weisner. That one misses high and inside for ball number 1. One ball, no strike. Here comes that pitch, swung on by Weisner. It'll find the gap to left field for a base hit to start things here in the top of the fourth. So it's hit number 3 for the Pios, as Weisner will now stand at first base, bringing up Jackson Wall to the batter's box. It's Wall, and then P.K. Walsh will be on deck for the Pioneers. Wall, the shortstop out of Grand Canyon University. So bunt shown there. Fouled off down that third base line. Count will start at 0-1. The 0-1 misses inside, just barely misses the foot or the leg of Jackson Wall. Move the count now to 1-1. Pioneers scoring that 1 run in the first inning, and the Spuds getting one back last inning in the third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Hibbard. On its way, runner is set. That pitch swung on and fouled down the left field line. So it'll be 1-2, and Weisner will have to make his way back to first after trying to steal a bag, but pitch was fouled off. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hibbard steps off the mound there for time. Wall steps back into the box, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. On its way, swung on and fouled off straight to the third base coach from the Pioneers. Bounced off his hand, kind of shakes that one off. Might have gotten ahead of himself trying to field that line drive with no glove. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's Weisner standing at first. Base hit. Pickoff attempt to Weisner, but he slides in safely. So the 1-2 count remains. Hibbard 2 strikeouts, looking for his third here.
1-2 from Hibbard to Wall. Walsh on deck. Weisner off first.
1-2 pitch. That one skips in low. It's Declan Weisner taking off and slides in safely. So a successful stolen.
I don't know. I guess give him a wild pitch. He wasn't taken off, was he?
No.
Yeah. It wasn't a pass ball.
So Weisner now stands in scoring position.
Weisner on second, lead off man, a 2-2 count to Jackson Wall.
It's a 2-2 count with no outs to Jackson Wall and a runner in scoring position. That one goes down as a wild pitch for pitcher Hibbard, not a successful stolen base. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on towards left field, goes over the head of Zach Schwartzberg. Runner is held up at third, so it'll be runners on the corners. He was around in that one, ready to take his way to home, but coach holds him up, and runners will stand on the corners with no outs here in the top of the fourth, an even 1-1 ball game. So now P.K. Walsh steps into the box with a runner standing at first and third. A pickoff attempt to first just barely misses him. That one was pretty close